CJ Bruton is here. It's 11 minutes away from 8 a.m. Good morning, CJ.
Good morning.
Welcome home.
Oh, thank you. It's definitely good to be back.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Excellent. Now, you're getting your number retired tomorrow. You're getting it lifted up to the rafters. How emotional will that be?
It'll be pretty emotional. I mean, played here 6 years, was able to do some stuff here stuff that I said I would do, and I told my father, being able to help create basketball, take it to another level, being a part of that, being a part of the club where they were able to change gears and make a few moves that we were able to get stuff over the hump. And wasn't easy, and we were blessed because, you miss a few injuries here and there, and, the banner's hanging up over your head. But to be able to do the part, not only on the court but off the court, was definitely something why my jersey gets lifted up, and that's another reason why I'm honoured and blessed.
So Andrew was saying you haven't actually really retired. So what is the guts? Are you still going to play some basketball somewhere?
Well, I got a couple offers last year. I mean, at the end of the season, and I didn't want to totally shut the door. And as I told them, I know that I don't want to take my son from place to place as I was done as a kid. So we're in Ballina, and to go to another team and go play for 1 year, it's only going to be 1 year.
Yeah.
I will retire officially at the end of this year, but
right.
I just thought I can't take my son 1 year here and then take him another year there, and then have him mentally, confused about where we're at.
How old is he?
He's 7. He's
Right,
7, so it's not like I've seen many kids do it, but I don't want to put my family through that.
Yeah.
And obviously, my family's important. If I was really selfish, I would have said I'm doing it, and because I want another ring, and I want my legacy and everything else to carry on. But I want my family is important. The Breakers family was important, but my family is even more important. This is what I have. This is what I signed up for from the get go, and she's been amazing to me. She's traveled all my journey. So now we're in Ballina with her family, and so she's working with her mum and dad at Beachside Bargains, and it's been amazing, just to see her brothers come back from Canada. All her family's connected. My father, just after the NBL Blitz started, my dad had his 60th. He drove up from Canberra. We did a camp together in Taree and went to the Gold Coast and spent time with my younger brother from Perth. He flew over. He just finished playing in the State League. So we were all together, and we had a family reunion together.
You've just discovered life after sport, haven't you? That's what you're talking about there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's what I've missed. Even while I've been here, every year it got harder and harder. I guess it's great to be a part of this family and to be connected like that. But to be with your immediate family and to see them, through Skype and all that, and not be able to touch them and see their kids grow and to be around them, like we missed it. And the time that we spent together, I spent 3 weeks with my brother, and he was just like, man, I really do. I love you, and I've missed this, and now I see what you've been talking about and where we need to connect a little more and do some stuff.
Yeah, CJ, your dad, obviously, Calvin, he's an NBL legend himself, if people don't know that. But, you talk about not moving your family around, but you just don't want to do a preseason. I don't blame you.
They get old quick, but no, it wasn't totally that, but preseason's definitely hard, and when I was talking to some of the Breakers, they were like, they were fortunate they were away with the Tall Blacks, but they put in all the hard yards beforehand. I think
that's a long tour for them.
It was a very long tour. Mentally, it took a lot out of them, and
you gave Tom Abercrombie a hernia.
Yeah, I've heard a few stories, and there's some things that you want to do different, but that's for another day. But I think that they're in a great space. Every time we've come off a world championships or an event like that, they've done amazing things for the club, and they come in better shape and they're able to roll. And obviously adding Cedric and adding Ty and Reese, I think they've had some great pickups. I think the team's in a lot better shape than it was last year, and I think they're going to do amazing things this year.
What happened last year?
There was a lot of changes. I think it doesn't seem like much, but there was truly a lot of changes, a lot of different, I guess, visions. The vision was still the same, and the common goal was still the same, but in the end, you've got to, when you nitpick at pieces, you can find there was some holes, and you saw only a few. I think for me, it was frustrating from the beginning to the end, but I was in it and committed for it to be successful. So And in the end, you can only do so much, and my role was changing every time, and I didn't play my part to make sure that we were at the highest level needed when the time counted. So I was at fault in that sense as well. But when you lose a player like Alex Pledger, throughout early in the season, that was tough to take. And the big fella, if he gives you 10 minutes, if he gives you 15, it's huge. And you can see that now when you miss him for pretty much 3/4 of a season.
This season, the teams have gotten better. A lot of imports have come in that have really high talent. What do you think of the game against Adelaide tomorrow night? They've done pretty well, keeping their core together and added some nice pieces with Jamar.
Yeah, I think Adelaide's they're a very fast team. I think when I look at Adelaide, they zip you up and down the court. They've got a lot of quick guards. They kept Adam Gibson there. Luke Shincher, they still got to monitor him as they have every other year that they've had him. But they cause different havoc up and down the floor. In the half court set, they were always in attack mode. So if you can't slide your feet for 3 or 4 steps, you're going to get burnt and get called for fouls and make the game very boring. So, but I think on the offensive end, I think the Breakers, they have an advantage both offense and defense in this game. Size-wise, the way that they've been executing their stuff, Adelaide's only had before I saw them at the Blitz, they only had they didn't have 5-on-5, so they're on the back seat, so to speak, trying to get this stuff going.
Back to the reason why you've come over.
Yep.
Over here. They're what do they do? They raise the shirt,
raise the jersey,
raise the jersey, yep. And it's more of a singlet, really. Isn't
singlet,
it?
It's a singlet, yeah.
And then that retires the number.
Yep.
What was your number, by the way?
23. My son's birthday.
Right.
April 23rd.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
not Michael Jordan.
I got a story. It might have not long enough actually, but some of that. That's what we went and see with our kids, have we? And we picked the 23rd to have a cesarean because you could book it in based on the fact that 23 is a good sporting number. So that's the date that I wanted. My kid's born. Nothing to do with the fact that Shane Warne wears 23 because that would have turned me off it. But yeah. Now, what I was getting to is, do you think you're well up? Do you get a little, is it?
It'll definitely warm my heart. As for welling up, I have to wait and see.
Yeah.
I think,
all right. Nice one, CJ. Thank you so much for coming in. We look forward to it. You got 6 NBL titles. You're a true winner, and we appreciate your time. You were the player, just quickly. They used to have season ticket member meetings, and they'd gauge what season ticket holders would want way back in the day. And they said, a couple of my mates went along, and they said, we want CJ Bruton. Get us CJ Bruton, because he's killed us so many times. Make him a breaker, and they did.
Awesome.
Thank you so much, CJ.
Thank you.
Enjoy tomorrow night.
Appreciate it.